Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. In respect to the 2023 presidential election, which will be coming up in the month of February 2023, it seems that the umpire for that particular election is the governor of Rivers State, talking about Governor Yesom Wike. Before now, they had some issues in PDP, but unfortunately, the issues he had in PDP between him and the presidential aspirant Atiku Abubakar seems not to be resolved. And before we know, we started seeing a lot of mingling between him and other political parties. And some 2 days ago, he had a meeting with the presidential aspirant of APC, talking about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Right now, there is another meeting with Peter Obi, and you'll be shocked who is kind of championing it. It's a former president of Nigeria. We're going to be looking at his meeting and other intending meetings that he's going to be having. No one really knows who will win the trust of Governor Yesom Wike, but then let's just look at the news in detail. Now, according to the news, the former president Olusegun Obasanjo on Thursday met with the presidential candidate of Labour Party Peter Obi and the Rivers State Governor Yesom Wike in London. Although details of the meeting were still sketchy as at the time of filing this report, it was learned that the meeting was part of negotiations ahead of the 2023 presidential elections. Wike attended the meeting with his allies, including Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State, Governor Okeze Ikpezu of Abia State, and the former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, among others. Corresponding gathered that a meeting between Wike and the presidential candidate of People Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, will also be holding in London later today. Before today's meeting in London, it was reported that there are increasing fears in the PDP that the crisis between Atiku and Wike may affect its chances in the 2023 presidential elections. The party leaders who spoke in separate interviews on Wednesday expressed concern about the growing relationship between Wike and influential members of the All Progressive Congress (APC), describing the development as worrisome. The party's top members specifically expressed concern over the meeting Wike and two other PDP governors held with the APC candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in London on Monday. The party elders are apprehensive that the activities of Wike and the governors of Oyo and Benue State, Seyi Makinde and Samuel Otom, may negatively affect the PDP chances in the 2023 presidential elections. It was further gathered that the Tuesday meeting between Wike and Tinubu in the UK dominated discourse among the PDP hierarchy on Wednesday. The National Working Committee of the party met with PDP governorship candidates across the 36 states of the Federation at its Wadata Plaza headquarters in Wose, Abuja on Wednesday. The meeting was attended by all PDP governors candidate except the Oyo State governor, who is currently out of the country. Man, this is really, really interesting. Day after day, Wike is gathering momentum, and it seems that he is the deciding force for who will sit in that position as the president of Nigeria. Before now, we have had a lot of news that Wike will be working for, Tinubu, as said by Masari, who is, I think, governor of Katsina State, made that claim after we heard also from Reno Omokri that Wike will be working for, Tinubu, and it seems to really bring so much disturbance because Wike, as we know, had already vowed to support PDP irrespective of what the outcome of the primaries in PDP will be. But immediately after that, a lot of issues started coming up, and the issues was about who is going to be the vice presidential aspirant and all of that. Before we know, it was given to Okowa. And before you know, issues between Wike was up and down and all of that. But with what I'm seeing thus far, I think that Atiku Abubakar, who is the PDP presidential aspirant, is not ready, to give up on the River State governor. He is fighting assiduously and engaging in different meetings upon meetings to see how they can get Wike back on track, at least to work for the last time for PDP come 2023. But him at the same time has his own conditions, one of which was that Senator Iyorchia Ayu, who is the PDP national chairman, should step aside because what is going on is really out of place considering the constitution of PDP. But then these guys are saying, the Northerners mostly in PDP are saying there's no way he can give, or he must deliver on Atiku's mandate first before he can step down. So the whole issue has been causing a lot of friction in PDP. And, unfortunately for Atiku Abubakar, the person of Wike has a lot of allies. So many of them are working with him. And the likes of Samuel Atom, who is very vocal, the likes of Sheyi Makinde, who has been standing by him. And we also know of, Abia State Governor Dr. Okezie Ikpezu. He has been there and is very loyal to Wike. These guys are very loyal to Wike. So right now, it's quite a huge trouble for PDP. Now, Peter Obi is trying to also get something from, River State, being that Wike was also his friend, and the mediator seems to be, Olusegun Obasanjo. We are yet to really know what is going to happen, but from all indication, Atiku may not find it easy, except he aligns with the demands of Wike. Alhaji Masari had already said in London, when Wike met with Atiku Abubakar, with Tinubu, he had already said that Tinubu met with Wike and that they would continue to meet in due course. According to him, let me just quote his word. He said that the meeting was basically on the 2023 presidential election, and by God's grace, we are going to work with Governor Nyesom Wike. He will assist, and we are going to win the election with ease by the will of God. Those were the words he said, and he went further to say, well, only God knows what will happen next, but from what we are seeing now and what has transpired is that we are going to work with Wike, and he will be useful to us. If you could remember, it was APC that caused the failure of APC in Bauchi. It was member of the party that led to the defeat of the governor from their state. The same thing happened in Adamawa State. So what I want people to understand is that someone can still assist you even without joining your party if he wants to. You can imagine what he's saying. So Wike does not need to cross carpet to the other side. I went further to say that with the widespread acceptance of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Nigerians, I can assure you, by the will of God, he is going to win the election with or without help. But there is this Hausa adage which says, even if you are beautiful, you should add to it by taking a bath. So it's not only about Wike, we are also talking with many other governors. That was what he said. The last word he said was that nobody will do anything that will hurt Rotimi Amaechi. He is a party member and a formidable member of the APC. So you now see that the standpoint of APC is that Wike must assist them and that he doesn't need to cross carpet to, their own party. With all of this in place, it seems as if the journey is going to be more troublesome for Atiku than expected. But however, we are going to be giving you full details of the, the resolve of the meeting as it comes up. But here, we'll leave it. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. What do you think will happen? Would Wike give it to Atiku, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or Peter Obi? We hope it will.